Frank, good to see you. 8 counties left, and you figure 6 lean Dem, 2 lean GOP. When it's all said and done, you figure that Murphy is likely to win by about 1%. But then you point out, based on last year's election, that's still a 15-point swing. So there's something in both of those races, Virginia and New Jersey, that point to something.
Exactly. And in Virginia, the swing was a 10-point Biden win in 2020 and now a 2-point Republican win in 2021. I don't see it as an embrace of the Republican Party. I do see it as a rejection of what's happening in Washington with the Democrats in 3 areas. First, the spending, the taxes, and the big government, which has, even in a state like New Jersey, the fact that you had that much of a swing. This is clearly a Democratic state, votes Democratic for president in virtually every election in the last 30 years, votes Democrat for the Senate in virtually every election in the last 25 years. These, and Virginia's trended Democrat, these states made a statement last night of rejection for the policies that they see in Washington, D.C. And it's now up to the Republicans to turn that into votes a year from now. I'm prepared to see, based on...
Go ahead.
I'm going to make news right now.
Okay.
Based on what happened last night and where those votes came from, blue-collar voters, suburban voters that have come back to the Republican Party, a dramatically higher turnout than what we saw in Georgia in the runoff. At this point, the Republicans have the advantage in taking the House in 2022. If the policies stay the same and the politics stay roughly the same, this will be the same kind of election that we had in 1994 and in 2010. The same ingredients, the economy, the politics, the partisanship, the leadership of the House, that Republicans will win a majority in 2022 based on what we saw in both New Jersey and Virginia.
Yeah, I was going to just make the point. It's a year since the last election, and we see what's changed. And we got a year till the next one. So I appreciate talking about it, but you know what I mean? It's like it's such a long time. It's like dog years or something. The American electorate can swing so much in a year. Here's my question, Frank. Elizabeth Warren's a star. Bernie Sanders ain't going anywhere. The squad, they're all going to, I mean, AOC, she's going to win with 90% of the vote probably. So they're not going to answer for any of this stuff. So they're going to be around, but they're going to watch as they throw all of their colleagues and people in the caucus that are in more moderate states, they're throwing them all under, they don't care. They're throwing them all under the bus. So they'll probably lose the control of the House, but we're going to still hear all this stuff constantly. It's not good. All this woke, cancel, big spending, all the things that obviously, even in Virginia, it was too much for people down there. So it's weird the way it works, isn't it? They're not going to lose. They're going to still be spewing this stuff.
Well, the business community has to make some decisions, particularly in regard to taxation and in regard to climate. And what they have to now anticipate is that things will be dramatically different 12 months from now than they are right now. So the business community has to decide, do they endorse what the Biden administration is proposing, or do they try to wait it out? And based on the results yesterday, now I still think New Jersey goes Democrat in the end, but based on those results, the business community's best approach now is to cooperate with what's happening in Washington, but to plan for policies that will change 1 year from now. And that's significant in terms of planning. It's significant in terms of the relationships with various politicians. One thing is clear. In a state like New Jersey, which voted overwhelmingly for Trump, in a state like Virginia, Donald Trump did not appear in any of those states. This is also a roadmap for the Republicans after the Trump.